In the past, a lot of my vlogs were filmed on my iPhone. And honestly, for a lot of people, this is a great camera to get started when it comes to vlogging. Most of us already carry a smartphone in our pocket anyways, and the quality it produces is great. But lately, I've been shooting my daily vlogs on the Insta360 Luna Ultra instead, and it changed a few things about how I film. Now, this video is sponsored by Insta360, but I'm not here to tell you that you need to go out and buy the Luna Ultra. I really want to walk you through the actual difference between vlogging on your iPhone and something built specifically for it, so you can decide if an upgrade is even worth it for you. Now, the iPhone makes total sense to start with. You already own it, so there's no extra cost. The quality holds up too, more than enough for daily vlogging. And because it's always in your pocket, you're actually way more likely to use it. What's also cool about filming on an iPhone is that you can add accessories to expand the functionality of your phone. For example, you can pair it with a gimbal like the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. And that brings things like AI tracking, stabilization, so you get a lot of what a dedicated camera like the Luna Ultra does. So you might be asking, why should I even consider something like the Luna Ultra if I'm able to add accessories, to my iPhone to kind of act it like a Luna Ultra. So here's where a dedicated camera like the Luna Ultra starts to pull ahead, and I want to start with the shooter in mind. Now, the Luna Ultra is really built for solo creators who want to capture moments as fast as possible and remove any friction from expressing themselves creatively. And that starts with convenience and setup time. Now, with the iPhone, yeah, you always have it with you, but it's still a phone first. You still get notifications popping up, and even if you put it on airplane mode, you still have those distracting apps sitting right there. And it's just not made to be treated as a dedicated camera. With the Luna Ultra, you just flip the screen and it turns on automatically and you can start filming right away. So when I'm filming with this camera, I'm more in a focused, creative mindset. Size-wise, both are compact and pocket-friendly, but the Luna Ultra just feels better in the hand for vlogging as it's shaped that way, and that makes it also more natural to hold it out in front of me, while with a phone you want to add additional accessories for better handheld support, as it can easily fall off your hands. Both of these cameras produce great image quality when it comes to vlogging, but the iPhone makes it really difficult to actually film with its main high quality lens on the back over here. If you do use it, you're basically filming blind as you can't really see yourself. Now on the Luna Ultra, the camera sits on a 3-axis gimbal, so you can rotate it around and still see yourself while you're filming. That is honestly one of the biggest drawbacks on the iPhone side. I mean, you could switch to the selfie camera on the iPhone, but keep in mind that the quality just isn't the same. What also makes the Luna Ultra great here is that you can enable active track, which keeps you centered in the frame throughout your vlog. So you don't even have to worry about whether you're framed right, it just handles it for you. So just to give you an example, right now I don't have deep track enabled, and when I move my head, you can see it doesn't follow me, but when I now press the center of the joystick, tracking is now active, and when I move my head, it keeps me centered in the frame, and this way I can focus on telling the story and not worrying about being cut out. When it comes to low light performance, you can definitely see a huge difference here. The Luna Ultra produces a clean low light image, whereas the iPhone loses detail in the shadow area. When we switch over to the telelens, the Luna Ultra still holds up, giving you a fairly clean image with a separation between the subject and the background. The iPhone, on the other hand, still falls apart with a noisy image. Now, both cameras offer log profiles and they both look great, helping you preserve details in your highlights and shadows a lot better. Now, I personally really like to color grade on iLog. I find it easier than Apple Log, and also I prefer the look it produces. It's closer to the Leica colors, which I really like. Also, with the conversion LUT applied, you get a really natural look straight out of your footage. Now, for those interested, I do have LUT packs available for iLog. It's a one-click solution to achieve an instant cinematic look in your footage without needing to apply a conversion LUT. And on top of that, also my go-to camera settings for the Luna Ultra are included. This way you can set them once and forget, and these work also really well with those LUTs. This way you can achieve the same results like you're seeing right now. So if you guys are interested, the link is in the video description below. Another reason the Luna Ultra opens up so many creative possibilities comes down to one feature: the detachable remote controller. You can remove it from the camera, and now you can use it as a remote controller that also has a live preview that shows you exactly what the camera is seeing. And this way, framing yourself and filming yourself from a distance becomes way more easier. And since it also comes with this additional attachment where you have built-in tripod legs, you can set it down on pretty much any surface and get hands-free shots too, which again opens the doors to grabbing some nice B-roll shots of yourself while you're at it. And here comes the best part. On top of that remote controller, there is a built-in mic. So this removes the need to additionally connect a wireless mic if you need clean audio when filming yourself from a distance, which is awesome. So you can see I have the remote detached from the camera, and you're also listening to the built-in mic on the remote controller, which should sound pretty good. Now, this is one of my favorite features because it gives me a live preview and I can fully control the camera. Right now, I have active track enabled, which keeps me centered in the frame, but I can also deactivate it and position myself differently. And I can also change the settings. I can choose different color profiles, and I can also turn on and off the gimbal, which is pretty awesome. So to me, this is a total game changer for solo creators who want to film themselves and need a way to creatively express themselves more easily. And with the iPhone, I simply can't do that unless I purchase additional accessories, which again is an additional cost and is something you need to bring extra. So we're now doing an audio test in a more noisy environment. There's a road right across of me, and this is how it sounds like using the internal mic. I'm around an arm length away, and the audio should sound good on both. However, as soon as I walk further away from the camera, you'll notice that my voice isn't as clear and it will capture more of that ambient sound. However, what's great about the Luna Ultra is that I can use the built-in mic on the detachable remote controller, which you're listening to right now. This way I can record clean audio from a distance, unlike on my iPhone. And on the iPhone, when capturing audio from further away, just doesn't sound great. So you would need to additionally purchase a wireless mic. And if you actually want to see yourself filming, the best option is an Apple Watch. But again, you either already own one or you need to make that extra purchase. Now, of course, there are other alternatives out there, but the point is you need to make those extra purchases. So with that said, the phone itself is pretty limited in giving you those creative possibilities to film yourself from a distance. So just to show you the difference, I'm now vlogging with the rear camera on the iPhone 17 Pro Max and the Luna Ultra with the main lens, and this is how it looks like. Now I do have active track enabled, and you can see when I move my head, it keeps me centered in the frame and I don't have to worry about being cut out. And of course, I also have the screen, which also reassures that I'm recording, whereas on the iPhone, I have no idea if I'm centered or, if the recording has stopped. And also you're listening to the internal audio on both of these cameras. I'm about an arm length away. Let me know which one sounds better to you. When it comes to audio, the built-in mic sounds really great on both of these cameras. But like I mentioned before, when you're filming yourself from a distance, that's where the Luna Ultra's detachable remote controller gives you a huge advantage since it's got a built-in mic of its own. Now, if you want to go further, the Luna Ultra also lets you connect a wireless mic like the Mic Pro. And the best part is that you don't need a receiver for it. I can just turn it on and the Luna Ultra connects to it immediately, and I can start recording high quality audio right away. On the iPhone, you'll need additionally to purchase a wireless mic and connect a receiver to get there. So again, the Luna Ultra wins on convenience. Next up is multiple focal lengths. If you're on something like the Pro or Pro Max, it's the 17 Pro Max, you get several optical focal lengths built in. Now, the Luna Ultra also offers the same with its dual lenses, letting you zoom up to 12 times, more than enough for a good variety of shots. When it comes to lossless zoom though, the iPhone actually gets you further, up to around 8x, while still preserving the quality. On the Luna Ultra, I usually stop around 6x since that's where it stays lossless. Past that, it starts to degrade the image quality. Both cameras are able to capture close detailed shots, with the iPhone having a shorter minimum focus distance compared to the Luna Ultra. However, I do find the bokeh produced on the Luna Ultra looks more natural. So here's the side-by-side handheld stabilization test. Both performed really well in terms of basic camera movements. No post-stabilization has been added. What's great about the Luna Ultra is that with Deep Track enabled, I feel it performed smoother for the orbit shot. But overall, both did a good job. Since the camera on the Luna Ultra sits on a gimbal, spin shots and smooth camera movements are easy to achieve. Now, the iPhone stabilization is fine for more basic camera movements, but for more complex shots, you need to get something like a gimbal like the Flow 2 Pro to make those complex camera movements easier to achieve. However, if you add a gimbal to your phone setup compared to the Luna Ultra, it does get bulkier, takes a bit more time to set up, and is one more thing to carry around. Now, I'm not saying that a phone gimbal is bad. I use them too. Going with a gimbal like the Flow 2 Pro is actually a great choice for an upgrade if you still want to stick with your phone for shooting vlogs. And what's great is that you can still use your iPhone and Luna Ultra together. These actually work perfectly as a combination. I use my iPhone to write down my talking points when I'm preparing for a vlog so I don't lose my train of thought and can keep things structured while filming. Also, what's cool is that you can use the Insta360 app to edit your footage shot on the Luna Ultra. Inside the app, you get full editor, so you can connect it to the Luna Ultra, import your clips right away, edit them, and post them directly to your social media from there. So when should you consider upgrading to the Luna Ultra, and when should you just stick with your iPhone? If you're vlogging casually and you're fine with the selfie camera and you like that classic iPhone look, there's no rush. It still holds up pretty well for that. But if you're serious about vlogging, if you want higher quality, more cinematic look footage, and you want the easiest, most beginner-friendly setup to actually express yourself creatively, the Luna Ultra just makes that so much easier. No rigging up your phone, no extra mic, no guessing your framing. It's all built right in and ready to go. Now, if I had to choose between my iPhone or the Luna Ultra as a dedicated vlogging camera, I'd clearly go for the Luna Ultra because it's so much more convenient and everything I need is already built into the camera. I don't need to attach any other accessory. I don't need to get a gimbal. It's all just right there. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, if you want to check out my LUTs for iLog, the link is in the video description below, including my go-to camera settings for the Luna Ultra. Now, if you're interested in how I color grade my iLog footage on the Luna Ultra, be sure to check out this video right here. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.